Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you a couple quick health and wellness tips. These are very basic. They're something that you can start doing right now if you don't want to get too extreme or you don't want to change anything drastic if you're not ready to take that step. These are some really simple tips, things that you can do that are not going to be that difficult to incorporate into your lifestyle. One is I recommend that people try to discontinue all food 3 hours before they go to bed of an evening. Now that is not always possible. I try to practice that, but there are some days that I don't, especially if I do a later workout. Then I come home and I typically want to eat something after I've exercised and I kind of get past that 3 hour mark. But I have been experimenting with that for quite some time now, and I firmly believe that in doing that, on the days that I do that, I feel significantly different. I notice a definitive change in myself, my energy, everything. You typically do want to go to bed a little bit hungry. I mean, you can drink as much water as you want in the evening, but stopping food before you're ready to go to bed, it starts the process of making the body use its own fuel to sustain you through the evening, and it starts what's called a fast. And so that is tip number one. Tip number two is, and this is something that I've struggled with, is grazing. Stop grazing. Intermittent fasting has been something that's really taught me to be more intentional about when I eat and when I don't eat, and making my body use the foods in between those eating and not eating time periods. There's a difference between fasting and starving. So fluid is a big important part of that. And I know when we were raising kids and the kids were little, when you've got little kids running around your feet all the time and you're a mom and you're on the go, grazing is something I think a lot of mothers can probably relate with, because you just don't have the time, or the kids are eating and you want to finish what they're doing, they didn't clean their plate. Oh, I don't want to waste it. I'll go ahead and finish. And it started a really bad habit in myself. So I've learned that I eat when it's mealtime, and I learn to not eat and purposely set aside a time that I'm not going to take in any food. And that also has helped me tremendously digestively, energy, just everything. Overall, I've noticed a big difference in the way I metabolize food. The third tip is, as soon as you get up in the morning, as soon as your feet hit the floor, obviously go to the restroom if you have to, but this is something I've been doing for quite some time now, and I am a big advocate. And every client I work with, this is something I tell them: if you're not going to change anything, change this. Drink 20 ounces of water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Before you have your coffee or tea or whatever, however it is you start your day, drink 20 ounces of water. Obviously, room temperature water. You do not want to put cold water first thing in the morning on your stomach. It will be painful, but to drink cold water throughout the day is good. It helps to burn calories. But that time in the morning, you're on a fast, technically. So when you get up in the morning, you are at maximum absorption right then and there. And priming the body with water is the best way to get it started. It helps with gut health. It helps with obviously helping you go to the bathroom, and it helps your body get ready to take in whatever you're going to take in food and drink wise for the rest of the day. It also helps start the habit of, if you start drinking water first thing in the morning, you are more likely to drink it the rest of the day, because your goal is half your body weight in ounces every day. So my morning regimen is, this is not 20 ounces, so I drink 2 of these on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, and then I drink one with some collagen in it. I get this collagen at Health Naturally in Fairmont. So then I put a scoop of this in there, and then every couple of days to my collagen water, I add my MCT oil, because MCT oil helps to produce ketones in the brain, helps the body be able to go a little bit longer without eating, especially if you do practice fasting, and it just overall helps with brain health and joint health and hair, skin, and nails and all of that. I don't do it every day because it can give you diarrhea. It can make you go to the bathroom if you do it too much. So I don't do this every day. I just maybe do it a couple days a week. I'll add it to my collagen water. That's my morning routine before I have my coffee. And one of the other things that I wanted to recommend, if you are a coffee drinker, that you consider doing half calf. Caffeine is an appetite stimulant. It's also very hard on the stomach. It can cause, jittery and heart palpitations and things like that. So I've practiced half calf now, and I allow myself 2 of these, and then I stop. It's all about being intentional with your health, right? Making choices and eliminating others. But you can't just cut choices out without replacing them with something intentionally, because if you don't, it will naturally happen that way. You'll end up adding something in that you really didn't intend or didn't want to happen, you add in. So 3 tips, guys. Try to stop eating 3 hours before you go to bed at night. Go to bed a little bit hungry. As soon as you wake up in the morning, get that water in you first and foremost, and try to be more intentional about choosing when you eat to cut out the grazing. It also cuts out, obviously minimizes unwanted extra calories. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Thanks for tuning in.